Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Today we are going to start a new chapter in this unit, that is chapter number 5. The name of the chapter is Computer Network. In this chapter you will be able to study the definition of the computer network, what are the uses of the network, what are the transmission modes, like there are three transmission modes: simplex mode of transmission, then half duplex and full duplex. Then network architecture, differentiate between the client server, peer to peer and point to point networks and their characteristics. Then types of network, in which we will discuss about local area network, that is known as LAN, wide area network, that is known as WAN, and metropolitan area network, that is known as MAN. Then network topologies, what are the uses of the topologies, what is actually the topology, and what are the advantages and disadvantages of topologies. Then the last topic that we will discuss in this chapter is, that is data communication. In data communication we will discuss about the dial-up modems, about DSL and ISDN. Coming towards the first topic, that is introduction. Introduction to computer network. Computer network is an interconnection between the computer. Actually, the network is a connection between the computer. And what sort of computers are there? There are more than one computers that are connected with each other, and devices to provide the facilities among the users to exchange information. And there are different devices that actually facilitate the user to exchange information, to transfer the information from one place to another, and share resources. And there are different types of resources that are shared, and the resources of a computer are, like, there are printer, there are documents. So here the resources that can be shared over a computer network include programs are actually the set of instructions that tell the computer what to do. Then documents can be in PDF form, that can be in Word file, that can be in Excel or PowerPoint form. Like, we can take a simple example, that you have given the papers that were shared with you people in the form of PDF, in the form of images, and then you solved your paper. Then printers are there, then plotters, and internet is the best communication way, that from one device different computers, laptops and mobiles are interconnected with each other. Then without a computer network, computer user can only access the resource of their own computer. Without the computer network, only you can access the resources of your own computer. Means from any other computer you cannot access anything. Why? Because it is not a part of any network. Then what are computer networks? The computer networks can be defined as interconnection of two or more computers. In a network, more than two computers are connected with each other. They are connected to share the data and the resources such as documents, printers, internet connections. Then what are the uses of network? The uses of network are, like, there are some common uses, that are hardware sharing, that you can share the physical parts of the computer like hard disk, printer, or any other hardware. Then software sharing, you can also share the softwares, like Microsoft Office is there, any other application software is there that you want to share. Then file sharing, you can send the file, you can in the form of document, in the form of PowerPoint, in the form of PDF, or any other sort of file that you want to share, that is fruitful for other users as well. Then internet sharing, like the devices are present, and from those devices the computers, the laptops and desktop computers are connected with each other, and they are working uh, while sharing the data from one place to another. Coming towards the detail, what is hardware sharing? Hardware sharing allows a sharing of hardware such as hard disk and printer. Like, hard disk can be shared with one computer on another computer. How? Like, in the hard disk different sort of data is saved. If you want to access different types of data, then you can utilize different sources and you can share the data. Then printer, from the printer you can connect different computers and then you can get hard copy of that document. Then is a hard disk can be attached to a server to share it with other network users. Like, it is possible to attach the hard disk with other computers so that the other users can access the data. A single hard disk can provide storage space to many users. Like in the hard disk, there is a space in which you can store different sort of data. A printer can also be connected to a computer to share the data with all other computers in the network. Like you can connect the printer with the computer and then you can print out the document by using different networks. Then is what is software sharing. Software is actually the set of instructions that tell the computer what to do. So here in the software sharing, application software can be installed on the server and shared over the network. Like suppose if I install Microsoft Office, then I can share that Microsoft Office with you people as well. So that is a software sharing. There is no need to install it on all the computer network. Like it is not compulsory that if 12 or 13 or 10 computers are present in the lab, so we have to install on each computer separately. On one computer we can install, and in the other computer we can send the copy so that it can be installed, and that is known as software sharing. Like here in C program, you can see there are different type of softwares. So while using share with or while using share it, you can send the software or you can share the software with other users to install it. Then is what is file sharing. A user can easily share the files with other users over a network. A user can place a file in the shared location on one computer and make it available to others. In a computer, there is a location where you can place a file and you can give access to other persons so that they can have the file and they can use that file. But if you will allow it, it is not allow that any unauthorized person can access it. User can access, view, modify information stored on another computer, and when you can have that file, you can view that file, you can access that file, you can do modification, you can do editing. If any change is required, you can easily do it. Then and after doing modification of the information, you can store it on another computer. Like here you can see different sort of files are there. Excel file is there, Word file is there, PDF file is there, and that can be shared on the desktop computer, on mobile or on laptop to access different files for different purposes. Then is internet sharing. A single high-speed internet connection can be shared with all the users of the network. Like a single device is there and different persons are using by sharing the passwords or by using the Wi-Fi. There is no need to provide separate connection to every user. So if any other person want to have a connection of internet, it's not compulsory to give a separate connection. They can use it by while entering the password or while having that device. Like here you can see a device is there and it is shared among different laptops, different desktop computers. From one device you can connect more than one computers and you can access the data. This is actually the internet sharing, where one modem is actually connecting with more than one computers and they are sharing the data. Next is what is data transmission modes. Data transmission modes, there are three different data transmission modes. The first one is simplex transmission, second is half duplex, and the third is full duplex. What is simplex transmission mode? A simplex mode provide transmission in only one direction. Second point is one end is the sender and the other is receiver. It can only work in one direction, and one end is sender and the other end is receiver. Transmission of data information from keyboard to CPU. Like from keyboard to CPU we are sending the data, or from CPU to printer we are sending the data. So it will always work in one direction. Here is a diagrammatic form that from the computer instruction is given to the printer, so it is in one direction. Computer is the sender and printer is the receiver. So this is an example of simplex transmission mode. Then is half duplex transmission mode. What is half duplex transmission mode? A half duplex can send and receive the information in both directions but not simultaneously. Here in simplex, it can only send the data in the one direction, but in half duplex it can send and receive the data but not simultaneously. But simultaneously means that it will not work at the same time. One end is the sender and the other is the receiver. Half duplex transmission is used in ATM machines. Like in ATM machines, when you can enter the ATM, you can only withdraw the cash, or you can transfer the money, or you can pay the bills. At one time, you can do only one function. So this is that they can that half duplex can send or receive the data but not simultaneously. Here is a diagrammatic form that from the computer there is a transmission of the data, and you can only withdraw the cash, or you can only pay the bill, or you can transfer the money. So this is two directional but not at the same time. It can do one working at one time. Then is full duplex transmission mode. What is full duplex transmission mode? That a full duplex can send and receive the data information in both directions simultaneously. It can send and receive the data simultaneously, means that at the same time it can send and receive the data. You can have the example of telephone, that in telephone you can send and receive the information at the same time. Then it can send data in higher rate. The speed of full duplex transmission mode is higher. Then full duplex transmission example is to transfer the data from one computer to another in a network. If you are sharing any file from one computer to another in a network, that is an example of full duplex. And second is communication over telephone line. The same, that we are sending and receiving the information on the telephone line, then it is an example of full duplex because it is sending and receiving the data simultaneously. So here is the diagrammatic form that from computer to computer it is transferring the data, and it is working as a sender and receiver simultaneously.